Hello kids, welcome back to online classes. I am Renuka Devi from Upper Public School. I am handling social studies for grade 4. In last class, we have completed lesson number 2. What was the name of the lesson number 2? Yes, right. The name of the lesson was the Northern Mountain. Shall we revise once the lesson number 2, Northern Mountain? Yes, once we will revise lesson number 2, the Northern Mountain, and continue today's session, today's class. Okay. Okay, Northern Mountain. What do you mean by mountain? A mountain is a large surface of the earth. Northern Mountain, how many ranges are there in Northern Mountain? Can you all say? Yes? Yes, right. There are 3 ranges. Which are those? The Himalayan range, Karakoram range, and Purvanchal range. How many ranges are there? There are 3 ranges. The Himalayan ranges, the Karakoram ranges, and Purvanchal ranges. First, we'll see look after to Himalayan range. Himalayan range, what do you mean by Himalaya? Himalaya is a Sanskrit word. The meaning of Himalaya is a home of snow. Okay, it has 3 parallel ranges. Which are those 3 parallel ranges? The Greater Himalaya or Himadri, the Middle Himalaya or Himachal, the Outer Himalaya or Shivalik. Next, Karakoram range. In Karakoram range is a very cold region. Winter is very long and the occupation of people is terrace farming. Okay. And which are the states that come under Karakoram range? Jammu Kashmir, Ladakh, Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, and Sikkim. Okay, next Purvanchal range. Purvanchal range. What do you mean by Purvanchal? I explained in last class. Pur means east, Achal means mountain. And in Purvanchal range, there are many forests in Purvanchal range. Okay, and there, which are the states that cover in Purvanchal range? Arunachal Pradesh, Tripura, Meghalaya, Mizoram. These are the states that come under Purvanchal range. So, what is the lesson today we are going to study is, which is the lesson? It's lesson number 3, the Northern Plain. If you want, you can open your textbook, page number 23. Page number 23, and if you want, even you can pause the video and open your classwork. If you feel any important things to note down, you can even note down that. Okay, so today's lesson is the Northern Mountain. The Northern Mountain is also known as the Indo-Gangetic Plain. The Northern Mountain, the Northern Plain, sorry, the Northern Plain. The Northern Plain is also known as Indo-Gangetic Plain. The Northern Plain is also known as Indo-Gangetic Plain. Why? The name of India is also known as India from this Gangetic Plain. Okay, Indo-Gangetic Plain. The Northern Plain is also known as Indo-Gangetic plain. Okay. Next, the northern mountain is also a gift of Himalaya. Do you all know how the northern plain looks like? And even the northern plain is also a important physical feature of India. The northern plain is gift of Himalaya and it is a important physical feature of India. See here, this green color, whatever your green color you are looking here, no, this is the northern plain. This is northern plain. This brown color last class I showed you. This is northern mountain and this is northern plain. Okay. Next. The northern plain has been formed by the finest silt brought down by the Himalaya. The northern mountain is formed by the finest silt brought down by the northern plain is formed by the finest silt brought down by the Himalaya. The northern plain occupies most of the perennial rivers that flow from the Himalaya. The northern mountain occupies most of the perennial rivers that flow from the Himalaya. What do you mean by perennial? What do you mean by perennial? What do you mean by perennial? A river that flows throughout the year is called as perennial. What do you mean by perennial? A river that flows throughout the year is called as perennial. Shall we repeat it once again? A river that flows throughout the year is called as perennial. Okay. The river that flows throughout the year is called as perennial. The alluvium deposit by the river. The alluvium deposit by the river make the plains very fertile and suitable for agriculture. The alluvium deposit by the river make the land very fertile and suitable for agriculture. The water from the river also is used for irrigation. The water from that river is also used for irrigation. What do you mean by alluvium? A silt or clay, a silt or clay left behind the river is called as alluvium. What do you mean by alluvium? A silt or clay left behind the river is called as alluvium. And what do you mean by irrigation? Have you heard this? Irrigation means you might have heard. Irrigation. What do you mean by irrigation? Supply of water to field for agriculture. Supply of water to field for agriculture is known as irrigation. What do you mean by alluvium? Shall we repeat? A silt or clay left behind the river is called as alluvium. And irrigation, supply of water to field for agriculture is known as irrigation. Got it, children? Yes? Okay. Next. Plains provide a livelihood to people. And most of the people in northern plain live in near the bank of river. Where do they live? Near bank of river or near river basin. Most of the people in northern plain, where do they settle? Near bank of river or near river basin. Okay, what do you mean by basin? What do you mean by river basin? River basin is an area watered by river or its tributary. Okay, river basin is an area watered by river or is an area watered by river or its tributary. What do you mean by tributary? What do you mean by tributary? What do you mean by tributary? A small river flowing into large river. A river that flow into a large river. A river flowing into large river. How? See here, I'll show. This is a large river. Okay, and here few small rivers are joining this big river. This is called as the small rivers joining this large river. It is called as tributary. It is known as tributaries. There are three major basins. How many? There are three major basins. Which are those? First is the Indus River Basin. Indus River Basin. Next, Ganga River Basin. Next, Brahmaputra River Basin. How many basins are there? There are three major basins. Which are those? Indus River Basin, Ganga River Basin, Brahmaputra River Basin. Shall we repeat it once again? Yes. Indus River Basin, Ganga River Basin, Brahmaputra River Basin. These are the three river basins. First, we will study about Indus River Basin. First, we will study about Indus River Basin. What we will study today? Indus River Basin. Indus River Basin is also known as Satluj River Basin. It is also known as Satluj River Basin. Indus River Basin is also known as Satluj River Basin. Okay, and in this map, I'll show you. The Indus River Basin originates from Tibetan Plateau. From which plateau? Tibetan Plateau. See here, from here Kailash Parvata is say. Okay, from there Tibetan Plateau, it originates Indus and comes here. Okay, this is Indus River Basin. It flows through three countries. Which are those? From here, China, Tibetan Plateau, next India and Pakistan. It flows through three countries. Which are those? China, India and Pakistan. Okay, it has tributaries. Which are those tributaries? Which are the tributaries? Indus Valley tributaries. First, we will see Jhelum tributary river that originates from Jammu Kashmir here. Jammu Kashmir and it joins Indus River Basin. Next, Chenab, it originates in Himachal Pradesh. Okay, next is what is this? Ravi river. Ravi that also originates in Himachal Pradesh and it come and joins to river Chenab. Okay, next from here the main river of Indus River Basin is Satluj River Basin. Okay, it comes here. It is here. And it originates here and comes and joins to Indus River Basin here. And here in this Satluj River, we have one dam called Bhakar Naga Dam. The name of that dam is Bhakar Naga Dam. Okay, these and Bees. The next is Bees. It joins river Satluj. Okay. These are the river. First is Jhelum. It originates from Jammu Kashmir and joins in the river Indus here. And next Chenab. It originates in Himachal Pradesh and joins to what? Indus River. And next is Ravi. It also originates in Himachal Pradesh and joins the river Chenab and Bees. River Bees, it joins to river Satluj. Okay, and there is a dam in Satluj, that is Bhakar Naga Dam. Okay, and the states through which these rivers flow is Jammu Kashmir, Punjab and Haryana. Okay, the states that comes in Indus River Basin are Punjab and Haryana. The states that come includes in Indus River Basin are Punjab and Haryana. So you can see here Punjab, Which are the rivers that flow through Punjab are Satluj, Beas and Ravi. Which are the rivers? Satluj, Beas and Ravi flow through this. Next, main crops are wheat, rice and sugarcane. Which are the main crops here? Wheat, rice and sugarcane. And the official language of Punjab is Hindi and Punjabi. The festivals celebrated in Punjab are Baisakhi, Diwali, Holi and Guru Parva. And the main cities are in Punjab are Chandigarh is the capital of Punjab. Chandigarh is the capital of Punjab. Jalandhar, Patiala, Ludhiana and Amritsar are the main place of Punjab. In Amritsar, you can the famous iconic the temple, which is that Golden Temple. Next, moving on to Haryana. Haryana is Punjab and Haryana are the neighbors. Okay, and both have same capitals, which is that Chandigarh. Haryana and Punjab have one capital, that is Chandigarh, and even Chandigarh is also a union territory of India. Okay, and rivers that flow in Haryana through Haryana are Yamuna, Satluj, and even Yamuna and Satluj provide water for agriculture in Haryana, and people engage in farming, cattle rearing and dairy farming. And the official language of Haryana is Hindi and Haryani. Okay, shall we revise once again whatever we have learnt in this session? Yes. Today in today's session we have started lesson number 3, the Northern Plain. The other name of Northern Plain is Indo-Gangetic Plain, and this plain is it is about 3,200 in length and 150 meter to 300 meter in width, and the river, the perennial rivers also flow from the Himalaya, flow to the northern plain. The alluvium deposit by the river make the northern plain very fertile, and it is also suitable for agriculture. Okay, and what do you mean by alluvium? What do you mean by alluvium? A silt or clay left behind the river is called as alluvium. Yes, and there are 3 major basins, which are those: the Indus River Basin, Ganga River Basin, and the Brahmaputra River Basin. The Indus River Basin, today we have studied about Indus River Basin, and in Indus River Basin, it originates from Tibetan Plateau. The Indus River Basin originates from Tibetan Plateau, and it flows through, the Indus River Basin flows through 3 countries, which are those: India, China and Pakistan. Yes, and they are, the Indus River Basin has tributaries named Jhelum, Chenab, Beas, Ravi and Satluj. And Indus River Basin is also known as Satluj River Basin. Okay, Satluj River Basin. And which are the states that come under Indus River Basin? Those are Punjab and Haryana. Punjab and Haryana has same capital cities, that is Chandigarh, and the crops are also grown same in the both states. Those are sugar, wheat, and rice. And the language spoken in Punjab is Hindi and Punjabi, and in Haryana, Hindi and Haryanvi. And the rivers that flow in Punjab is Satluj, Beas, and Ravi. And in Haryana is Yamuna and Satluj. They provide water for agriculture. Yes, today we have finished Indus River Basin. Tomorrow we will study about the Ganga River Basin and the Brahmaputra River Basin. Thank you. Have a nice day.